I'm Paul Perry, and I am privileged to serve as your commissioner in Ellis County Precinct 3. You know, my political history is here in this county. I've been working for you since I first got elected in 1995 as a Justice of the Peace, and then I took 12 years off, and I even moved to a different part of the county, and I became concerned with how county commissioners were running things, and I decided to run against the incumbent, and I was successful. The incumbent was a good guy, but I believed I had something that needed to take place. And the one thing I ran on was reducing and not voting for any more tax rate increases. I've never voted for tax rate increases. As a matter of fact, the tax rate is now lower since I've been in office. That effort, I have either voted for budgets that resulted in tax decreases on the rate, or I voted for the decrease itself. A few other things I've done is I made sure that we could see the light of day in our Commissioner's Court. I advocated for, I cajoled, I pushed, yes, I even manipulated and made sure that you had access to audio video of our Commissioner's Court. Each citizen, instead of having to address the Commissioner's Court at the beginning, which had become custom, but I made sure that each citizen had the right to address each line item change in our agenda, so that your voice would actually count, so you could speak to topic. Now, those are things I think we just do out of courtesy, but recently I made sure that we reflect this county's defense of the Second Amendment. I was essential in making sure that our license to carry holders can now enter the mixed-use courthouse and be consistent with state law. We had the assistance of law enforcement in this. We had the assistance of a majority on the court. It was a split vote, but now if you have an LTC, you can do like state law requires. You can enter a mixed-use building, which is our historic courthouse. And by the way, as a citizen, you can now go in your courthouse and go into any entrance or exit of your courthouse. You can pay for it. You have access to it. Recently, I offered some more help for our Second Amendment. I made sure that we signed on and became a Second Amendment sanctuary county, and I sticking out there in the state. And at that time, I believe we were the largest county to sign on with that effort. Just so everybody knows where we stand. Anyway, I'm Paul Perry. It's been a privilege to serve these last 7 years, and I ask for your vote going forward. Thank you. Well, the major challenge tonight is not giving everybody else's speech when you're the last one to go. But I would like to say this. I don't think I recognize my wife of 37 years in the back. And we have raised 8 children in this county, and I'm the 4th generation since 1964, or I'm the 3rd. My kids are the 4th generation to call Ellis County home. Major challenge in this office is growth. Major challenge of this office is time management, splitting time between dealing with the largest road and bridge district in Ellis County. We have 290 miles. We have 50% more bridges than everybody else. And then taking care of things that need to be taken care of. You know, I've got a heart for law enforcement and making sure we have the money to have a state-of-the-art radio program for the sheriff's office, making sure we have adequate resources for the rest of this county, but especially recognizing that public safety is our highest obligation. I think number one is we need to continue to make sure there are ample resources available for public safety issues. But we're going to enter, in my precinct, we're going to enter into a state program that we've been in the past, and that is we're going to involve the state in doing some exchanges on bridges. So I have the most bridges of any precinct in the county by almost 50%. And we're going to involve the state in construction of some bridges. Now, we don't have to pay them for that, but what we have to do is over the next 3 years, and we have to have consistency in planning to do this, we also have to build some bridges that are up to state quality. So that's something I hope to hope to get done if I'm re-elected, and we will be in that program. The next thing we need to do is we need to follow our new county road and bridge plan. We have some major improvements that need to be done to some of the largest roads in the county, and that's a multi-year project. Well, I have reluctantly, and I know they didn't go far in the playoffs this year, I've reluctantly become an admirer of the New England Patriots. And one thing that we do in our barn is we make sure that everybody is trained on more pieces of equipment than they were formerly. I also make sure that some of my road and bridge people can be trained to operate in the office. Now, why do I do that? Well, to make the best use of my personnel and to offer economy and to offer a cost-effective way of managing my personnel. Also, it helps them work together better because they know a little bit about how each other does their job. So that's something that I have changed organizationally, and I will continue to change. As far as at the county, you know, our duties and jobs are basically set by the legislature. And although there are things I can do in my precinct for efficiency, and I think we can consolidate a few department situations where it doesn't involve elected officials in Ellis County so that we use your dollar more effectively too. Thank you.